Hey guys, today we're in Birmingham, Alabama. We've come down here to go after a really cool virtual that's been on our list for a good while, and it's at the Sloss furnace. And we've got an extra bonus here. We've got the CO, blackframz, and his son, the boy, and as well as the rest of his family. And there we're going to walk through the furnace, and he's going to give us a little bit of information about it, so it should be fun.
Every year, the rusted collection of blast stoves and smokestacks welcomes visitors from all over the world who wish to explore the magical maze of pipes that was once a booming business in the heart of Birmingham, Alabama. So when you guys first found out that you got the virtual reward, what were your first thoughts? Like, did you know that you wanted to do the Sloss furnace, or did you think of other places in Birmingham that you might want to pick?
Well, I thought of other places, but this one kept coming back to me.
I can see why.
As being something, a significant part of Birmingham's history.
Sloss is currently the only 20th century blast furnace in the U.S. being preserved and interpreted as a historic industrial site. Okay, so we're here with Karen. She is blackframz' wife, and her geonic is AppleGirl77, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the process of how the pig iron was manufactured here.
So, Birmingham is one of those weird, rare places in the world where we have coal and we have iron and we have limestone. And so what they do is at nearby Ruffner Mountain, they mined for the limestone. They brought that here through the rail cars. They have iron is mined all around these cities and the city, and you can find all these different mining sites and where the red iconic rocks of Alabama are sort of known in this Birmingham area. That's the iron. And then we have coal that's brought in here. And so what they do is they have in the big giant furnaces, they have the iron, and then they mix that rock where the iron is entrapped in it with the limestone and then heat it up with the coal. And as that heats, the limestone causes a chemical reaction. It's a catalyst that causes the iron ore to separate from the iron in the rock. Once that happens, they would pour the iron, the molten iron, off. And just like the little cornbread fritter cast iron molds, they had a larger version, a grandized version.
Yeah.
And so that iron would flow into it, and as it would flow down, it would come out into these really cool bricks. And then we would ship that iron out all around the world to be able to be used to make either cast iron products or it's a primary ingredient in steel.
Now we're going to go check out a tunnel. Not quite sure what it had to do with the process here, but we'll find out and let you know.
Construction of the Stock Trestle Tunnel Complex was part of the extensive modernization that Sloss carried out between 1927 and 1931. Freight cars moved into the trestle and emptied raw materials into the stock bins below. The scale cars automatically weighed the stock and dumped it into skip cars, which moved up the inclined hoist and mechanically deposited the stock into the furnace.
Boy, this is a really cool tunnel, isn't it? The Sloss furnace was an important part in the beginning of Birmingham, but it was a rough place to work. There's a lot of people that died.
Sloss received National Historic Landmark designation in 1981 and opened its gates to the public in September of 1983.
So now you teach art.
I teach art. I also work at a library in cataloging. So I wear two hats at the university. But I teach drawing and art appreciation.
Okay.
So up here you can see they're working on some things.
The No. 2 cast shed once covered the area where iron was poured from the No. 2 furnace. Now it houses the world-renowned Sloss Metal Arts program. Local artists show students the modern process of pouring iron and how to create all types of interesting metal art. By helping people form new attachments to the old furnaces, these programs keep Sloss an active and important part of the community, as it was for almost 100 years.
Well, Joel, this is really cool. This is a perfect place for a virtual. I tell you what, you can spend hours and hours here going through it.
Yeah, definitely.
Sloss is an important reminder of the hopes and struggles of the people who worked in this industry. It stands today as a monument to the Industrial Revolution and where the magic began for Birmingham.
Okay guys, thanks for joining us again for another episode of Geocaching with 3 Happy Campers. We had a blast out here in Birmingham going through the Sloss furnace. Thanks so much for taking us through it and showing us your virtual. Nice job on the virtual. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next adventure. Bye.